Hello, I'm Carla from Art with Katie. Welcome back to my channel. This video is to talk about the tools that you need to start a bullet journal, as well as how and where to start. This series of videos on my channel is dedicated to show you the 101 of bullet journaling. You'll be able to see these videos in the description below. And today we'll start from the very beginning. Selecting your notebook. I cannot stress this enough. A simple notebook is all you need. You don't need to buy anything fancy. It doesn't even have to be new. You can start with whatever materials you have at home. And honestly, all you need is a pen and a notebook. But if you're anything like me and you're potentially a stationery addict, you will want to select the very, very best. Something that can prove to be challenging and confusing. There's many good notebooks out there. I'm sure you heard about them all. The Leuchtturm 1917, Scribbles That Matter, Dingbatch, Rhodia, Moleskine, Lemome, Archer and Olive, Midori, and so many others, which are some of the favorites when it comes to bullet journaling. And there's so many things to consider: color, size, layout, type of cover, binding, weight. It can all get pretty overwhelming. Now, I haven't tried all of them, but I have some, and I want to show them to you so that whatever you decide to use is what you expect. And I'm really excited to do this because as I do it, I'm also going to be trying out, or unboxing if you will, a new notebook that I got some weeks back. This baby over here. So let's start already because there's many things for me to show you. See you at the end of the video. Let me present to you the rubric that we'll be using to assess each notebook. We're gonna look at their unique features, their page color, the dot darkness, the pen and marker test, and its price. First, I want to start with the official bullet notebook, the Leuchtturm 1917. This was actually my third bullet journal, so it is not that old. As you can see, it has a hardcover. It's 145 millimeters times 210 millimeters. This is a size medium in their categories. It's an A5. It has 249 number pages. It also contains a personal information page, and it also comes with some labels that you can use. It also has a table of contents that is 3 pages long. It has 2 bookmarks, an elastic enclosure band. It should come with some perforated pages, although mine didn't come with any. In the back, you have an expandable pocket. I like keeping the tags and the instructions. The color of the paper is a cream color. The pages are dotted with 5 millimeters of spacing. You can use pens and markers. The paper is ink proof. It's around 80 in its weight, and you can open it flat, which is wonderful. Its price is around $24.95. As you can see, here are the pens. They do not go to the back as much as the markers, which honestly, they go back quite a bit. This was my first ever bullet journal. I liked it a lot. I think the design is lovely and it was very affordable. It's the Green Room PU Leather Journal. As you can see, it has a soft cover. It's very flexible. It looks like leather. And it's stamped with metallic foil. It's 150 millimeters times 125 millimeters, so it's an A5. It has 200 pages, but they're not numbered. Again, I kept the tag. Its color is cream. It also has a page for the personal information and it's color crimped. It has lined pages in gray and it has 6 millimeters of spacing. It holds pens really good, but it doesn't resist a lot more. It's made of recycled paper, which probably means that it is less than 100 in weight. It's glue bound, so you can open it flat, but sadly, because it's glue and with time, some pages like just became loose. The brand says that their journals, their notebooks are made of paper containing 60 to 70% recycled fibers, so that's really good. And it's printed with non-toxic soy-based ink, and it was only like $7.99. As you can see here, we have Sharpie pens, Sharpie fine points, Papermate, just regular pens, Prismacolor Premier, and Big Evolution brush pens. But you can see here how the Sharpies and the Prismacolor just came through. They bleed through the paper. Here you can see that I tried to glue it. Sadly, this happened. So again, I used tape to put it together. And then some of the ink came out. Notebook that I use for bullet journaling, but it is a notebook that I've used in workshops to show my students how you don't need a very expensive notebook in order to do lettering or bullet journal. So I wanted to show you how it looks and well the difference between the rest, because it is also very affordable, because this is your everyday composition notebook, right? So the name is Poly Composition Book. I bought it at Walmart. As you can see, it's a soft cover. It's a polypropylene cover stamped with metallic foil. This material is water resistant, so that's good to have in a notebook, right? Although the paper is not water resistant. It's 191 millimeters and 248 millimeters. So it's bigger than an A5, it's smaller than an A4, so it's close to a B5 actually. So it's 80 sheets, although they're not numbered. It's a college ruled paper, and it should help us to use the space efficiently because it's wide ruled paper. So it's 80 millimeters of spacing, and it has the red line and the blue lines. Right, the color of the paper is white. The paper is not really good for anything besides pens. And it doesn't say anything about the paper, just that it's acid free and the weight's probably less than 100. It's on together, which is good for it to be, bounded, and it costs 99 cents. This is a notebook that I use usually for note-taking. It was meant to be a gratitude notebook, but later on I added that to my bullet journal and just kept writing notes on it. But it's beautiful, and I wanted you to see how well it could work as your bullet journal. It's called Pen Plus Gear Twin Wire Journal. It has a hardcover, and also it has full stamping on the cover with a beautiful design. It's 152 millimeters by 210 millimeters, so it's close to an A5. It has 200 sheets of ruled paper, but it's not numbered. The pages are white, and the spacing is 8 millimeters. As you can see, the lines have gray ink, and it's a wire ruled paper. It works perfectly well with pens and with some markers as well. It's printed with earth-friendly soy-based inks. The paper quality, it's premium, so it should have minimal bleeding. And it doesn't say anything about the weight, but it's probably around 100. And it's wire bound, so it can lay flat, although you do have the wire. And it costs around $6.88. You can see that this notebook was really loved. This was what I consider my first real bullet journal because it's the first dotted notebook that I got. This is a Lemome that I got online for a really good price compared to the prices that I've seen of this notebook now. So as you can see, it has a hardcover. It's 140 millimeters by 213 millimeters, which is an A5. As you can see, it has 888 pages that are numbered. It has a page for our personal information, and then it also has 3 pages for the table of contents. It has an elastic band to be able to close it, and also something that I love, that is a pen holder. It also has 4 perforated pages that I didn't use, an expandable pocket in the back, and you can see that the paper is cream colored. The dots have a gray that I really like. They're separated with 5 millimeters of spacing. It holds really well pens and markers. You can see the pen test. Nothing bleed through, just a little bit the last one. And then the marker test, just a Sharpie and the Prismacolor are the ones that bleed through a little bit. The paper is ink proof and it weighs 120 grams, which is why it holds ink so well, and is thread bound, so it can open flat. It also came with a really nice pen, which it's already like gone, but I really loved it, and it lasted a long time, and it was like $12.99. So I think it was a pretty good purchase. I also want to present to you this journal made by Flying Tiger. It's silly, but I struggled to find its name for a long time, and I was actually calling it something else. And you can see this is also a really nice notebook. It's a hardcover as well, has the elastic enclosure band. It's hardcover. It's 145 millimeters by 215 millimeters. Again, it's an A5. You can see even in the cover, it has this nice, it has the word bullet journal engraved on it, and you can see even the dotted texture. I was actually calling it Design with Love in Denmark until I found out that its name is Flying Tiger, therefore the T. It has 190 pages, they're not numbered. And it has 2 bookmarks. It doesn't have a place to put your personal information, and it also doesn't have a place for the index. You have to do your own. So if you don't care that much about that, this is a beautiful notebook. What I really loved about this is that it has a lot of layout ideas and decoration ideas for your bullet journal. It's the first one that I've seen that has this. And if you're starting bullet journaling, I think you really appreciate it. We have again the expandable pocket in the back. The color of the paper is cream. The pages are dotted and the gray is really subtle. Again, it's 5 millimeters of spacing between one dot and the other. You can see here the pen test. It holds pens really well. They don't bleed a lot. And then the Crayola Supertips. It also didn't have any issues. It's thread bound, so you can open it flat. The paper is ink proof, and I'm assuming it's around like 100 in weight because it holds ink really well. It was a gift from a friend, but I googled it and it's around $14.35. You've seen some of these layouts because I started my channel when I started this journal. And now for the Veil of the Night. I am very excited about this Minimalist Art journal. It's a premium edition notebook, dotted paper. The size is B5. which is 193 millimeters by 254 millimeters, or 7/3 of an inch by 10 inches. I hope you can see that it's really beautiful. It has this like glittery white. So it's not like matte white, it's a little bit of a glimmery white. And it has the name of the notebook in foil. I was a bit nervous to get this notebook because, as you see, I selected the color white. And here it is. Here again I have the logo, and here's the space for the personal information. As I keep going, I can see the table of contents. We have 2 pages for the table of contents. We can see that the dots as well. This is like a light cream paper, and I can see that it's numbered, which is awesome. It has 2 bookmarks. Pretty beautiful. The elastic enclosure and a very big envelope, and it has 234 pages. So the paper seems to be good quality. As you can see here, it opens flat. The page is a cream color and the dots are gray. They're not that obvious, which is something that I always like. These were all the notebooks or journals that I have. As you can see, I tried to do the same design and use the same colors, so you can see the differences between one and the other. I honestly had bought the Leuchtturm because it's where it all started, but I do have to say that when I use markers, I don't really like it or enjoy it because the paper is a little bit more thin than I would like for it to be. I have liked really much the Lemome and the Flying Tiger. If I have to choose one from all of the selection that I have, those 2 are probably the top 2 that I would suggest, because the paper is a little bit more thick and therefore you can use markers more freely, which it's something that I honestly like to use. I like to use markers. But if you're only going to be using pens, there's a lot of options that you could consider besides journals. So now you saw a little bit of my collection of notebooks and bullet journals. I hope you saw something that you liked. For my next notebook, I like to try Scribbles That Matter, Dingbats, and an Orchard and Olive. And I'm also really interested in trying one of those black bullet journals, although I don't know if I can commit to using them for a whole year. I really hope you find this video useful. It's meant to guide you to decide what the best notebook is for you according to your needs and budget. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up. As always, have a great day. Keep creative, keep safe, and always, always, always be kind. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Please like and share my video. and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!